Hi and welcome to my channel, Fantastic 50s. This video is going to be all about the garden. I'm going to be showing you how much it's changed in the past 2 months. You will be surprised. If you've just found this channel, hello, my name is Claire Bendel and this is Fantastic 50s. Please click on the like button and the subscribe button, and also press on that notification bell and click all. That way every time I put new content onto YouTube, you will be the first to know. Hi, so this is part 2 of the garden tour, and in the garden we have 2 almond trees. Now unfortunately there aren't many almonds on the trees at the minute because all this rain in central Portugal knocked them off. I can only find 2 on this tree, and that's quite sad because I wanted to make almond milk. These trees have just been planted 3 years ago, and look at the size of that one. It's massive. So on this one we have 1 giant almond, and I mean a giant almond. I have never seen anything like it. It's like the size of a small peach. I promise, it's huge. So this year we're just going to have like 3 almonds. Now on the almond tree we had to blow up wine bags and hang them onto the tree branches because the birds just keep eating my almonds. It's just ridiculous. Next to the big almond tree we have quite a small olive tree, but it is jam-packed again with olives. I can't wait to see how much olive oil we get this year. But much of it depends on the weather. Now, if when all the flowers come out, the rain starts again, and then the rain will knock all the flowers off and we won't get much olive oil at all. Our land is completely fenced, and that's great news for Millie the dog, who loves to run away. But that means that we grow grapes all around the perimeter fence, and they are really looking great this year. My husband hopes we will make 200 litres of wine. I mean, we have about 150 grapevines. Right next to the potatoes we have an apple tree, and it is producing apples. They're really small at the minute, but I can't wait to taste them. Here's where the potatoes end, and they are looking great. I can't wait for new potatoes, but it used to look like this. This is when the tractor came in, and now it looks like this. This part of the garden we don't grow any vegetables at all. We have blueberries growing. We've only got 4 little plants, but on each plant we have some blueberries. Now I'm not a lover of blueberries. Sorry all you blueberry lovers out there. I don't like blueberry pancakes or anything like that, but my husband does. And the blueberries really are just for him. I really like the next tree that's in the garden by the blueberries, and that's a tangerine orange tree. They are delicious. There are so many new ones on this tree. It's fantastic. So every little white flower will turn into a little green orange, get bigger and ripen, and then I can eat them. And this year the tangerines are doing wonderful. Now we do have 5 orange trees in the garden. This one is the tree with the biggest oranges. Can you remember I showed you how to make orange liqueur? Well, this is the tree I pick the oranges off because they are so huge. So the 3rd orange tree I'm going to show you is a clementine tree. Now these are the smallest oranges in the garden, but they are the sweetest. And this year, oh my goodness, I can't believe how many oranges are growing on this tree at the moment. I mean, I thought the other trees were stuffed, but this one is just fabulous. And when you walk past it, the smell is just fabulous. It makes you want to eat the oranges, but you can't make them grow any quicker. And I'll show you how tiny they are. I'll put my thumb next to it, and that is a little green orange. All you can hear when you walk under this tree is the sound of the bees buzzing. They are pollinating the tree and making sure that the crop is good. What would we do without bees? Quite close to the house, we are very lucky that there is a beekeeper who has plenty of hives, and we can buy the honey off him. When we bought this house, this was just a patch of bare land, and I found all the rocks in the garden and started a rockery. And this is my favourite plant in the rockery. My grandma gave it to me many years ago, and it's in flower now. I brought it all the way from England. I bought this lovely little green bush in Portugal at the market, and this is my latest purchase. Such tiny little flowers, I adore it. This is my ode to an English garden, a rockery garden, but with Portuguese plants. Here we have another succulent in flower. Beautiful. I am quite new to growing flowers, so I couldn't tell you what this one's called. It's nice and yellow though. This is a succulent, and no, those aren't its flowers, it's just a weed growing through it. But this is aloe vera, and I'm sure it's going to flower soon. I will take a picture when it does and put it on my Instagram or Facebook page. I have some irises, which were given to me by a friend, and some wild poppies, also by my friend. They are growing underneath the 4th orange tree. Moving on, we have this spectacular plant that luckily has just come into flower. These are called Carna lilies, and they are just wonderful. They have big, large, rubbery leaves, and the orange flowers are stunning. I really like these, and I've given a few to my friend. The next fruit tree is a persimmon. These are really soft and soggy type, called astringent persimmons. You can get hard ones which are like apples, but ours are the soft and soggy type. We're up in the top garden, and it is surrounded by grapes. And these type are the eating ones. They grow really big and juicy. I love eating grapes. We have 2 olive trees in the top garden. This is the first one, and it's again full. Next to the olive tree, we have a plum tree, and this is stuffed with fruit. We have so many plums this year that I'm going to put some in a jar when they're ripe with some aguardent and some cinnamon sticks. Then I can use it when it's matured to make plum crumble. Spicy plum crumble. It's just amazing. We are so lucky that we have so many types of fruits. And now we have the second olive tree, which is again full of olives. And this is my favourite olive tree out of the full garden. We have 12 of them. My neighbour Carlos says it's about 30 years old. And the reason it's my favourite is because it has one branch on it that has been stood on by so many people so often that has become bare of bark. When I climb into that tree and stand on that branch, I know that there has been many people before me picking olives in the same spot, and it just feels wonderful to be part of the history of this tree. Now we have our wonderful cherry tree that is jam-packed with fruit. I can't wait till it's ripe because this year I'm going to make cherry liqueur. In Portugal it's called ginger, and they serve it to you in little chocolate cups. How wonderful is that? Alcohol, chocolate, all in one. It just doesn't get any better. Now we have the lemon tree. It hasn't got much fruit this year. I'm very sad about that. It was caught by the frost, and we didn't know it was going to be so cold in central Portugal this year, but it was. We still have about 15 lemons on it, and I will be making my favourite lemon meringue pie with some of these organic lemons. And if I need any more lemons for any more projects, Carlos and Duolinda, our absolutely wonderful neighbours, will give us some, as they have 2 big lemon trees. You are simply the best neighbours in Portugal. Now this tree, it's got beautiful leaves, but the fruit is just dying on it. So it's called a nesperil, and you can use it for a lot of things. Actually, the leaves can be used for tea. We have a couple of fruits, but for the past 3 years this tree has not been very good. So we're either going to graft something to it or take it down completely and put up another cherry tree. Because a fruit tree with no fruit is no good to me. This fruit tree is sited right next to our plunge pool. I can't wait for it to get hotter, then we can jump in there soon. Soon I'm going to be able to walk out my front door onto the balcony and pick an orange off my tree. It doesn't get better than that. Here we have little tiny oranges growing, and this is the oldest orange tree in the garden. It sits next to the plunge pool and it's massive. It's the size of the 3-storey house. It's an amazing, beautiful old orange tree and I love it. Down the steps to the seating area we have our last fruit. These are kiwi vines and they were here when we got here. But we look after them and prune them every year, and they give us lots of fruit, usually in November and December. As you can see, all the fruit trees are doing well, and it just looks amazing this time of year. The greenness after the winter, in springtime, I love it. The kiwi vines have beautiful white flowers. So that's it for the end of the fruit tree tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click on that like button and the subscribe button and hit the notification bell and press all. That way, the next time I put out a video, you will be the first to know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.